Welcome to the Maestro Sersea Podcast, where English learners worldwide learn and increase fluency in American English. As an English learner who moved to the United States of America more than 40 years ago, I began learning American English with the guidance and encouragement of my teachers. As an American English teacher, with over 30 years of experience teaching English learners in California, USA, I know that learning English is neither easy nor simple. Learning English takes discipline, motivation, and hard work. Let's work together to help you succeed.
Happy Independence Day, everyone. In honor of Independence Day in the United States of America, today's Learn American English with Maestro Sersea Podcast will share an episode from our sister podcast channel, Liberty and Democracy. Today's episode is focused on America's holiday, 4th of July, Independence Day. If you enjoyed this episode and wish to access our Liberty and Democracy podcast content, feel free to visit our website at www.libertarian.center or our podcast page at www.libertyanddemocracy.podbean.com. Okay, are you ready for today's podcast episode? Just sit back, listen, and learn about what makes this holiday important in the United States of America and throughout the world. Welcome to the Liberty and Democracy Podcast. Are you a passionate believer in liberty and democracy? Are you concerned about the growing infiltration of Marxist and socialist ideology in our politics, media, and culture? This podcast was created by a citizen of the United States who was born and raised in Romania, a socialist country in Eastern Europe during the 1970s and 1980s. As more and more members of our youth pivot towards Marxism, socialism, and communism in the United States of America and beyond, now, more than ever, it is important to focus on liberty and democracy instead of the alluring Marxist and socialist trends which, as history repeatedly has shown, lead to repressive authoritarian regimes. Marxism does not lead to utopia either in the United States of America or anywhere else in the world. Let us question governments, policies, and manufactured social progressivism. Let us go back to the times when it was okay for us to agree to disagree. Happy Independence Day, everyone. In honor of Independence Day in the United States of America, today's Liberty and Democracy podcast will center on America's holiday, 4th of July, Independence Day. So sit back, relax, and learn about what makes this holiday important in the United States of America and throughout the world. The crucial significance of Independence Day in American history. The inception of Independence Day in American history marks a watershed moment, immortalizing the courageous decision to adopt the Declaration of Independence on July 4, 1776. This pivotal event symbolizes more than a mere date. It represents the genesis of a fledgling nation emboldened by revolutionary ideals of liberty and self-governance. As we delve into the annals of time, the significance of this day reverberates through the ages, underscoring the foundational principles that sculpted the identity of a nascent America. Unraveling the historical tapestry woven around Independence Day unveils a chronicle steeped in defiance against imperial constraints. Deep within its roots lies a transformative narrative tracing back to the crucible of the American Revolution, an era teeming with unwavering resolve and unyielding spirit. The echoes of cannons and quills merged eloquently to lay bare a declaration brimming with Enlightenment values, challenging centuries-old dominion while birthing new possibilities for governance. Amidst tumultuous upheavals, Independence Day crystallized as more than just an occasion. It emerged as a clarion call heralding resilience and forging unity amidst adversities unknown. For historians, civic students, and cultural enthusiasts alike, exploring these seminal origins promises a voyage to unravel not just stories intertwined with ink but destinies interwoven with conviction. Historical roots of Independence Day. Independence Day's historical roots are firmly entrenched in the early stages of the American Revolution, a period marked by fervor for independence and self-governance. The seeds of revolution were sown through events like the Boston Tea Party in 1773, where colonists protested against oppressive British taxation policies. As tensions escalated between the American colonies and Britain, with conflicts such as the battles of Lexington and Concord in 1775, it became evident that a decisive break from British rule was inevitable. The Revolutionary War, which commenced in April 1775, played a pivotal role in shaping the path to independence. Through bloody battles like Bunker Hill and Trenton, American forces demonstrated their resilience against the formidable British Army, ultimately proving their determination to secure liberty. The war served as a catalyst for unity among colonists from disparate backgrounds who rallied together under the common cause of freedom. By July 4, 1776, when the Continental Congress formally adopted the Declaration of Independence drafted by Thomas Jefferson, America's quest for sovereignty reached its zenith. The Revolutionary War not only paved the way for America to declare independence, but also exemplified a watershed moment in world history. The successful rebellion against the colonial powers set a precedent for future independence movements globally and inspired nations seeking liberation from oppressive regimes. Independence Day stands as a testament to the courage and resilience of those who fought for freedom, leaving an indelible mark on American identity as a nation born out of defiance and unwavering resolve against tyranny. Founding principles emanating from Independence Day. The Declaration of Independence, signed on July 4, 1776, articulated profound principles that continue to shape the essence of American governance and society. Chief among these is the concept of unalienable rights, which denotes fundamental liberties inherent to all individuals, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This notion underscored the founders' belief in natural rights that governments should uphold. Consequently, it laid a cornerstone for American democracy by affirming that these rights are not granted by any human authority but are intrinsic to every individual. Moreover, the principle of government by consent of the governed elucidated in the Declaration established a democratic framework rooted in popular sovereignty. By asserting that governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed, this principle emphasized the people's collective authority over governance processes. It set a precedent for representative democracy where elected officials derive their legitimacy from public support and accountability. This concept reflects a departure from monarchy and hereditary rule prevalent during colonial times towards a system founded on participatory decision-making. The enduring impact of these founding principles reverberates across American society to this day. They have permeated legislative decisions, judicial interpretations, and societal norms influencing policy formulation and civil discourse. The foundational ideas encapsulated in the Declaration provide a moral compass guiding national debates on issues related to civil liberties, equality, and justice. Incorporating these principles into the fabric of American identity has fostered a spirit of civic engagement where citizens actively participate in shaping their collective future based on shared values, epitomized by Independence Day's historical legacy. Commemorating Independence Day plays a crucial role in shaping and reinforcing the national identity of Americans across diverse backgrounds. Regardless of individual beliefs or cultural differences, the shared celebration of freedom on July 4th unites people under a common historical legacy. This collective acknowledgement of independence fosters a sense of belonging and pride in being part of a nation founded on principles of liberty and self-determination. During Independence Day celebrations, communities come together to engage in traditions that have endured over centuries. From grand fireworks displays lighting up the night sky to neighbors sharing a meal at local picnics, these shared experiences create bonds that transcend individual differences. The spirit of patriotism and unity that permeates Independence Day festivities serves as a reminder of what it means to be American, transcending divisions and reinforcing a shared sense of identity. For example, in small towns across America, Independence Day parades bring residents together to honor their country's history and values. Children waving flags alongside veterans marching proudly symbolizes the intergenerational transmission of national pride. These events not only showcase the diversity within communities, but also underline the common thread of American identity that binds individuals from all walks of life. Furthermore, the emotional resonance evoked by patriotic songs sung during Independence Day celebrations reinforces a sense of collective memory and solidarity. Whether it's voices joining in unison to sing the Star-Spangled Banner or reciting passages from the Declaration of Independence, these rituals serve as powerful reminders of the sacrifices made by previous generations for the cause of freedom. Through these shared experiences, Americans reaffirm their commitment to upholding democratic ideals and preserving their unique national identity. International perceptions of American independence. America's celebration of independence holds a unique place in the global narrative, influencing perceptions of democracy worldwide. Across the globe, the commemoration of America's Independence Day resonates as a symbol of liberation and self-determination. Countries with similar independence movements often draw inspiration from the American experience, recognizing it as a foundational moment in the struggle for freedom and sovereignty. The 4th of July has become not just an American holiday but a beacon for nations striving for autonomy and democratic governance. Comparing different countries' approaches to commemorating independence movements reveals diverse cultural expressions and historical perspectives. For instance, India celebrates its Independence Day on August 15th with ceremonies, flag hoisting, and cultural programs that reflect its rich heritage. In contrast, France marks Bastille Day on July 14th to commemorate the storming of the Bastille prison during the French Revolution, emphasizing themes of liberty and fraternity. These international observances underscore how each nation's journey to independence is intricately tied to its unique history and values, shaping collective identities and inspiring future generations. The global reception of American Independence Day offers insights into how democratic ideals are perceived and embraced worldwide. As societies navigate political landscapes marked by varying degrees of freedom and governance structures, America's celebration serves as a reminder of the enduring pursuit of liberty and equality. By examining international reactions to Independence Day celebrations, we gain a broader understanding of how historical events resonate beyond borders, influencing aspirations for self-governance and universal rights on a global scale.
Learn about Independence Day in the USA. The 4th of July is important because it marks the day when the Declaration of Independence was adopted by the Continental Congress in 1776. This document declared that the 13 American colonies were no longer under British rule and were now independent states. It signified the birth of the United States of America and the beginning of the country's journey towards freedom and self-governance. The 4th of July is a symbol of American independence and serves as a reminder of the values and principles on which the nation was founded. People celebrate the 4th of July in various ways, including watching fireworks displays. Fireworks light up the night sky and are a traditional way to celebrate Independence Day. Many cities and towns host fireworks shows that are enjoyed by people of all ages. Attending parades. Parades featuring marching bands, floats, and patriotic displays are a common sight on the 4th of July. These parades celebrate American history and pride. Having barbecues and picnics. Many families and friends gather for barbecues and picnics on the 4th of July. They enjoy classic American dishes like hot dogs, hamburgers, and apple pie while spending time together. Participating in patriotic activities. Some people participate in patriotic activities such as flag-raising ceremonies, singing the national anthem, or attending patriotic concerts. Spending time with family and friends. The 4th of July is a time for people to come together with their loved ones and celebrate their shared history and values. Why do Americans celebrate July 4th? The Declaration of Independence. On July 4th, Americans celebrate Independence Day, also known as the 4th of July. But why is this day so important? It all dates back to July 4th, 1776, when the Declaration of Independence was adopted by the Continental Congress. This document declared that the 13 American colonies were no longer under British rule and were now independent states. This historic moment marked the birth of the United States of America. Symbolism of the 4th of July. The 4th of July is more than just a day off from school or work. It is a day filled with symbolism and pride for Americans. The fireworks that light up the night sky represent the rockets and bombs used during the American Revolutionary War. The colors of the American flag, red, white, and blue, symbolize bravery, purity, and justice. Many people also celebrate with parades, barbecues, and gatherings with family and friends. Historical significance. The 4th of July is a time to reflect on the sacrifices made by the Founding Fathers and early patriots who fought for freedom and independence. It is a day to honor their courage and determination in the face of adversity. The celebrations on this day serve as a reminder of the values and principles that the United States was founded upon, such as liberty, equality, and democracy. Traditions and customs. Throughout the country, Americans have developed various traditions and customs to commemorate Independence Day. From watching fireworks displays to attending patriotic concerts, there are countless ways to celebrate. Many communities hold parades featuring marching bands, floats, and veterans. Families often gather for picnics and cookouts, enjoying classic American dishes like hot dogs, hamburgers, and apple pie. Modern-day celebrations. Today, the 4th of July remains a significant holiday in the United States. It is a time for Americans to come together and celebrate their shared history and values. In addition to traditional festivities, many people also take the opportunity to reflect on the progress made as a nation and the challenges that lie ahead. So, as you enjoy the fireworks and festivities on the 4th of July, remember the importance of this day in American history. Understanding the importance of Independence Day. Why Americans celebrate July 4th. The birth of a nation. On July 4th, Americans come together to celebrate Independence Day, also known as the 4th of July. This date holds significant historical importance as it marks the day in 1776 when the Declaration of Independence was adopted by the Continental Congress. The Declaration of Independence declared the original 13 American colonies independent from British rule, setting the stage for the birth of the United States of America. Symbols of freedom. One of the most iconic symbols of Independence Day is the American flag. The flag, with its red and white stripes and 50 stars on a blue field, represents the unity and resilience of the nation. Fireworks displays are another hallmark of 4th of July celebrations, lighting up the night sky with dazzling colors and patterns. Traditions and festivities. Across the country, Americans commemorate July 4th with various traditions and festivities. Parades featuring marching bands, floats, and community groups are common in many cities and towns. Barbecues and picnics are popular ways for families and friends to gather and enjoy delicious food together. Reflection and gratitude. Independence Day is not only a time for celebration but also a moment for reflection and gratitude. It serves as a reminder of the sacrifices made by the Founding Fathers and generations of Americans who have fought for freedom and democracy. It is a time to honor the principles of liberty and equality that the nation was built upon. Unity and pride. As Americans come together to celebrate July 4th, they demonstrate their unity and pride in their country. The festivities serve as a reminder of the values that bind the nation together and the freedoms that its citizens cherish. Independence Day is a time to celebrate the past, appreciate the present, and look forward to the future with hope and optimism. By understanding the historical significance, symbols, traditions, and values associated with Independence Day, Americans can appreciate why July 4th holds a special place in the nation's collective memory. Why do Americans celebrate July 4th? The Declaration of Independence. July 4th is a significant day in American history because it marks the day the Declaration of Independence was adopted in 1776. The Declaration of Independence was a document written by Thomas Jefferson, along with other founding fathers, declaring the 13 American colonies independent from British rule. This document laid the foundation for the United States of America as a new nation, free from British control. Page 2, Independence Day Traditions. On July 4th, Americans celebrate Independence Day with various traditions and activities. These may include attending parades, watching fireworks displays, having barbecues, and spending time with family and friends. The day is a time for Americans to reflect on the freedoms they enjoy and to honor the sacrifices made by those who fought for independence. Page 3, Historical Significance. The 4th of July is not only a day of celebration but also a day to remember the struggles and sacrifices that were made during the American Revolution. The Revolutionary War, fought from 1775 to 1783, was a pivotal moment in American history that ultimately led to the birth of the nation. Independence Day serves as a reminder of the courage and determination of the early patriots who fought for liberty. Page 4, Symbolism of July 4th. The 4th of July is a symbol of freedom and democracy for Americans. It represents the ideals of liberty, equality, and justice upon which the nation was founded. The American flag, with its stars and stripes, is a powerful symbol of unity and patriotism on this day. The red, white, and blue colors of the flag are seen everywhere on Independence Day, symbolizing the values of the country. Page 5, Modern Celebrations. In modern times, July 4th is celebrated with a mix of traditional and contemporary activities. Firework shows are a highlight of the day, lighting up the night sky in vibrant colors. Many cities and towns across the country host fireworks displays that attract large crowds. Parades featuring marching bands, floats, and patriotic themes are also a common sight on Independence Day. Overall, July 4th remains a cherished holiday that brings Americans together to celebrate their nation's history and values. This concludes our exploration of why Americans celebrate July 4th, a day that holds great significance in the history and culture of the United States.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Liberty and Democracy Podcast. We hope you found today's content interesting, intriguing, and useful. You're invited to join us again, as our episodes appear every Monday and Thursday. In the meanwhile, don't forget to stop by our website at www.libertarian.center or our Liberty and Democracy YouTube channel.
Thank you for being part of today's podcast with Maestro Sersea, where English learners worldwide learn American English. Due to popular demand, we are now sharing educational podcasts twice a week, on Sundays and Wednesdays. In the meanwhile, if you'd like to access a variety of educational offerings, feel free to visit our website at www.sersea.com. Learning English takes discipline, motivation, and hard work. Keep up the good work.